I look absolutely bald, except for the one lock. It's crazy. Um, I wanted to film this because, yeah. Okay, so the concept that we're going for is I finished all these little squares. They're flowers. Um, did I finish enough? I don't even know. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. I literally just needed one. It's fine. I have 3. So I'm gonna sew these into. I wanted to do a hat scarf. So in theory, what I would need for that is you need 4 for each side of the head, and then that'll be sewn together, and then at the base, the neck, a scarf will be sewn. Yeah, so I'll film when I have the hood together, which again is just 4 and 4. I feel like it could. I feel like a hood could just be 4. No, that wouldn't make sense. Because then it would just look like it'd be extra long, you know what I mean? Long at the top of the head. Long head, you know? Just kidding. I'll come back when I'm ready with that. One thing that I figured I'd show is I'm just doing regular stitching, going in and out your V stitch, like your regular little stitch, and it's just gonna go back and forth and back and forth all the way to the end corner. Yeah, that's all. I was just gonna explain that. And one thing that got me last time when I did this was I didn't make sure all my squares. Okay, so if you're like me, you didn't like tuck all the ends. There's things in the back of your piece, your work, your tails, they're still showing. Your tail is showing. Like, yeah. And so make sure that if the tails are gonna show, they're showing on one side. It makes it easier. If it's showing on both sides, fine. Tough cookies. You just gotta sew it, I guess. But yeah, I was just trying to help you avoid making that mistake. Cool. So this is one side of the head. Cool. And then I'm gonna do the other side. Again, remember that your tails, just try and remember. I feel like it's hard because like I'm watching a movie, and so or like sometimes it's like listening to a book, and it's like it's so easy to just like just so mindlessly sometimes. But yeah, try to remember. And what I suggest you do is, because what I did last time was I just sewed right onto this. Girl, the tails were sticking out. Anyway, so just move on. Just start again. Don't be afraid to start again. And then I'll show you that piece and then sew it together. Just got finished with the second side. You can see all the tails are over here. So again, hood. So make sure you flip it so that you're prepared to sew it in 2 ways. You can pick the side. I would say think strategically about where you have yarn placed so that you're not like, oh, where's, yarn. But what needs to happen here is it needs to be sewn in 2 places. So along this side, which is, think of it the back of the head. Think of this, the top of the head. So for me, I'm just gonna sew in this direction, and then I'll show you. Okay, so like I told you, the neck is open, which is actually fine, low-key. I'm gonna show you how the hood looks. So it's like this, like I told you, square and square. And then I have a bun on, so don't even mind me. I think I like that the splits in the back, low-key. I might keep it. Because, I think something that was a problem last time was like, okay, you connect these, but then you kind of have your hood flapping in the wind. And then what I did was I connected the squares to this. Excuse me. Like that. The next squares would be connected here. But if I'm rethinking that design, then what could happen is like another square goes here, but then it becomes an even bigger hood. I guess part of me is like in between, like hood, like, and do what I did last time or not. I gotta go to bed. I'll think about it. I didn't go to bed, but I did figure it out. So like, cause I couldn't remember, I didn't like write down a pattern last time. Who does that? Who has time for that? Anyway, so I was just like trying to figure out, okay, what'd you do last time? So this video is like a whole note to self, So this is, like I said, the headpiece, but 3 squares will be attached vertically, not horizontally. I don't want it to give balaclava. It's spring. So it's like, so someone puts it on their head and it's down here. I should really take my bun down. Let's say it's back here. They put it on their head. I don't know if I might keep this open. I'll be so honest with you, because it also lets it lay flat. Whatever. Anyway. And the girl I'm crocheting this for, her head is so small. So I feel like even if all these squares are attached, she might just do one of these. Like, so yeah, this is the design. And I'm gonna sew this side, do my square, sew this side, and then I'll record the last bit with it all together. Time for the big reveal. So anyway, this is how it looks like. So like I said, this was your hood, 4 squares each side, so that's 8. I have 3 right now. I'm trying to decide if these really need a 4th one. Um, let's see. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. Hopefully it's not pointing up. I'm trying to like. I think if I wet it down, it'll be fine. But yeah, this is where she is. I think 4 might make it better because see, it barely made it over my shoulder. But again, like I said, I'm not sure. I think it's fine. And I thought about doing a border. I'm not sure yet. Because I don't have like explicitly yellow yarn. Pause. Let's see. What I think that I'll do, first I need to stitch the back because I left it open just because I like the idea of leaving it open. I don't know, it was just giving me something because it's like she has locks too. And I don't know, it's just like it gives you room back there. I don't know how to explain it, but then part of me is just like, you'll be fine if you just close it. And then for doing a border, I'm between, I have gray, which I'm like, gray, but I also have white, but I'm like, white, but I also have the yarn that it came with, but I don't know how I'd feel about that. So, choices. Okay, so what I did, to this yarn, I would pull until I got to yellow, orange. I don't know if it's orange. I'd say it's like a sun yellow. Girl. Anyway, this is what it looks like. I think I'm really liking that I did a border on this. I feel like your life changes after you do a little border. It's shoddy. Don't you worry about me. Big J-E. Anyway, I need to go to bed. That's what I need to do. I'm gonna wet this down. I'm gonna let it dry. And then hopefully it's a lot looser because it's like, you know, it has that stiff acrylic thing to it. Fucking adult. Yes, I have my bonnet on. Don't mind me. This is how it turned out. It looks very good. Like, it's still kind of wet because I wet it down to make sure that, like, it just looks good, you know? It doesn't look as stiff as before. So, that's it. Hope you liked it. Definitely something I'm gonna keep in the, look, I caught my nose ring, in the vault, you know?